What's up, everybody? Oh, hang on a second. I think I got a problem here. Hang on 1 second. That should be better. A little bit better. How's everybody doing tonight? Destroyer 1320, what's up? Chad Campster is here. And we got another person. I'm still getting situated, guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit running a little late. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's weekend? We got 6. We got 2 thumbs up already. It's cool. Found a candy wrapper in my pocket. I don't know how that got there right after Halloween. Mr. Goodbar. How's everybody doing? I'm going to open this can of Clarabron Citrus Blend Sparkling Water. Why? Make too much noise. Yeah, the weekend's always too short. I've had 3 days off, so I haven't had 3 days off in a million years. This is my 3rd day in a row off of work, so kind of crazy. Feels weird. I'm already starting to not know what to do with myself. Anybody have anything interesting going on this weekend or last week? I guess I didn't do a live stream over the week this time, so it's been a week since I've seen you guys. I didn't do much. I had my last day of work was Thursday, and then 3 days off, and really haven't done. I got a lot of little things taken care of that I needed to, get done over the weekend, which is cool. Just a bunch of little stuff, mostly around the house. Got a few of those kind of little things done, so it feels to get that off my back a little bit. That feels good. Yeah, I'll get a job. I know. I will. Just gonna take some time, and I'm gonna find myself, man. I'm just getting too old to be doing crap I don't want to do anymore. So, I mean, I don't want to do anything, but stuff that I really don't want to do. But it'll be okay. I haven't driven the Challenger much the last few days, hardly at all. It's been mostly sitting in the garage. Hey, Becky's here. What's up, Becky? You made it. Good to see you. Yes, I'm in Superior. I found it's hard to get lost here. Today was my every other Sunday where I eat whatever I want. Go off the diet. So I've been eating like crazy today. Once again, I feel I overdid it. Made fajitas for dinner. Ate way too many. And what else did I eat today? A whole bunch of crap. I can't even remember. Yeah, I've been digging into the candy bowl too, the leftover Halloween candy. So not good, man. Got the Mr. Goodbar wrapper. I don't even know where that came from because we didn't even give those out, so I'm not sure where that came from. But so we got Chad here, we got Becky, we got I think Destroyer 1320. Looks like we got a few more people, but they're not talking yet. So go ahead and speak up, guys. Let us know who you are and where you're at and all that good stuff. Destroyer 1320. Everybody have a good Halloween? Did anybody do anything for Halloween, or we really did? We gave out quite a bit of candy. Had a lot of kids this year. The weather was fairly nice, so there was a lot of people out, which was kind of cool. I thought we might run out of candy actually, but we didn't. But because we usually give out more than one piece to each kid because we don't get that many kids. So kind of grab a few. After doing that a few times, I started thinking maybe I better maybe I better throttle back on how much I'm putting in each bag because we were getting a lot of kids. So. Tell Happy is here. He says, hello, Sunday night stream. Socks are clean tonight, so you can stick around. Cool. No laundry to do. That's something else I did last, I think it was on Friday. I did all of my laundry, everything that I had, which is a lot. I realize how many clothes I have. I wear the same stuff all the time. When I dig into the rest of my stuff, it's like, my God, I got a lot of clothes. I need to get rid of some of that stuff. Probably give it away to the thrift store or something. Subject Zero. Hey, Joey, the new video is badass. I grew up on metal music videos. Cool. Me too, man. Muscle cars, and you really enjoy it. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun. I've done a couple like that. I just thought today, to be honest with you, I didn't have a lot of great ideas for a video today. Had a couple of things, but nothing that was getting me too excited. And I thought, I'm just gonna take some of the older footage that I didn't use, and some of it I have used, and you guys just haven't seen it because a lot of you haven't been around that long, or it's been long enough to where you wouldn't remember seeing it. So put some of the older stuff, and just put some music to it. So yeah, I love metal. I love all music really, but metal's my music for the most part. But I love classic rock, and I like some hip hop and stuff is pretty good. And there's even some country that I think is pretty good, and classical. And I like all kinds of music. But if I have to pick one thing, it's metal. And I used to be in a metal band and all that stuff. I showed you guys some of that stuff before. But Becky says they had horrible weather, so not very many trick or treaters, huh? That's what usually happens here. But usually it's really cold. And you don't get any. You don't. You get just a few here and there. But when my youngest daughter was, about 5 years ago now, we went out on Halloween. Her mom and her sister were in Omaha because there was some medical issues going on with my other daughter, and so I had my other daughter here in Superior just by the two of us, and we went, and it was so cold, it was miserable. And I told her after about a half an hour, I was like, her name is Jay, and I said, hey Jay, what do you say we just go to the Dollar General and I'll buy you any candy that you want, as much as you want, and we can go home, or do you want to keep trick or treating? And she stopped for a second. She says, let's go to Dollar General. So we went to Dollar General, and I dropped a bunch of money on candy, and we went home because it was just way too cold to be out there. So Ziggy and I is here. Hey, what's up, Ziggy and I? Ziggy and I, you must have missed something. So how is that you can go without a job? Oh, I've got other stuff going on. So I have other sources of income. I got some other stuff going on actually tomorrow. So I'll be doing stuff. And I have this channel and other things that I do, eBay, and a few other things. So I'm a male prostitute, and I also sell drugs. So, there's that. Todd Snake, what's going on, Todd Snake? Hello. Thanks for being here, man. Good to see you. Sky is here. Hey, guys, Joey, last video was great. I'm glad you guys liked the last video. I was kind of thinking it was kind of, I don't know, wasn't much to it, but it was kind of fun to make. So I was kind of in the mood to do something like that. It's been a little while since I've done one like that. Motley 392 is here. Yeah, Chad, me too. I remember trick-or-treating in the snow, and sometimes it'd be nice though. Weather's this time of year, you never know what you're gonna get. You could get snow, or you could be 60 degrees. You just don't know. So a little G-gang style to it. Yeah, it's that time of year where you could have a big array of weather. So you just don't know. Yeah, Chad, that's me. So we got the financing on the Tesla all in order. Everything's lined up, and we're just waiting to hear when we get our car. So we're still waiting on that. We have to get the VIN number, and that kind of stuff. We'll find out. Hopefully, find out here before too long when we'll be getting it. So I'm hoping we don't get it in a snowstorm or something. But like so we just talked about, it's that time of year, so who knows? We'll see. Also, not sure if we're going to pick it up in Kansas City or if we are going to have it delivered to the house here. This guy's been watching videos of guys doing donuts in the streets of LA and Detroit. I didn't know this was a thing. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that kind of stuff. Going into the middle of the intersection and blocking the streets and all that, and then people gather around. Some of it's really stupid. I'm sorry, but I mean, I don't know who's crazier, the people standing around the side or the people driving the cars, because either way, if something goes wrong, you're going to be, you're going to be hating life. So I don't know. I do some stuff that I shouldn't do in the car, but I do it out in the middle of the country on an open highway where there's nobody around. I don't know if doing it in the middle of the street with people circling around you and all that stuff is just crazy. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know, but it just doesn't seem very smart. Todd Snake says they have nice weather in Dallas. Cool. You won third place in a muscle car class in the car show Saturday. Sweet. Congratulations on third place, man. Awesome. Yeah, you'll see him get hit by cars, Becky, or you'll see like the passenger guy hanging out the window and then he falls out, and people are like trying to run up and touch the car or dance around the car or get up close with a camera or something, and they get hit, or the guy loses it and goes into the crowd. You're putting an awful lot of faith into the guy driving that car, to stand around, and I don't know. Yeah, it's fun to watch that stuff on video. Yeah, Chad, we were kind of talking about some of that too. Thinking about making a big, if it is delivered to the house, we're going to make a big to do and noise and pop open some champagne in the yard. And getting kind of excited to get the car. I have two interesting cars. Then I think, at least to me, they are. Yeah, it drives itself to the house. The self-driving feature is like $6,000 extra, $7,000 extra, and it's not even available yet. But to even get it, you have to pay the 6 or 7 now, and then in the future when it's available, the software will be available or whatever. But sorry guys, I'm all drinking this weird sparkling water. It's making me. Todd says feels bad kind of entering a 2019 Scat Pack Shaker and competing against older muscle car. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's been a couple car shows here where people try to get me to enter my Scat Pack in it, and I almost did it on the last one, but I just got lazy that morning, and I didn't feel like getting the car was dirty, and I would have had to have put a couple hours worth of work into it, and I was not feeling good that morning. I just decided not to go down to the show, but I went to the show actually and walked around later in the day, but I didn't want to do the car thing. So, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Yeah, I won't be able to rev the engine, Becky. I can find something annoying to do with it though. Kind of like the Prius, you can't rev the engine in that either. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, it kind of does actually. It just doesn't make any noise, and then It's weird when you rev the engine on that thing. Nothing really happens. Yeah, yeah, Chad. I'll do the big burnout, and then I'll wait for the car to be coming down the street, and then I'll do a big burnout in front of it to kind of guide it to the house. 69 Firebird convertible 150. Well, you don't see too many of those around. Those are nice. I like the old Firebirds. Yeah, you don't see, especially convertible, you don't see a heck of a lot of those anywhere. Yeah, you got to be careful with the electric cars because they don't make much noise. The tires on the ground is about all the noise it makes. They make kind of a weird hum though. I don't know if that's intentional to draw people's attention or if that's just natural, but definitely a little different than the Scat Pack sound wise. Yeah, I can run the radio really loud. I'm reading now that we ordered the car and everything. I'm reading all these horror stories about people's cars showing up all messed up and all kinds of problems. And well, hopefully ours is okay. They don't have the greatest quality control when it comes to like the body panels and paint and things like that. So I'm hoping it's okay. Yeah, we can stick our heads out the window and just make revving sounds. Race car sounds. I could get some like I could make some audio of some really loud race car sounds or something and have them blaring over the. Yes, it does. It says, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I please get through? Thank you." Yeah, just record the Hemi. Good point, Sky. Yeah, you do got to watch out for other people in those things because they are quiet. So definitely, of course, it tells you when there's you're gonna hit something, but yeah, you want to be careful. You got to when you're whatever you're driving, you got to kind of take it into consideration. And if you're driving something that doesn't make any noise, you better take that into consideration and realize people might not hear you coming. So it's like when you ride a motorcycle, people may not see you and they may not expect you to be accelerating and decelerating as fast as you do because cars don't generally do that as fast as motorcycles do. So you got to kind of keep all that in your mind whatever vehicle you're. Steve Fitzpatrick, what's up? Yeah, just yell, get the f out of the way. The you guys should check out the forums on like Facebook and stuff for the Tesla. People are like they're like brainwashed zombies. Some of them, a lot of them. It's like a cult almost. It's kind of creepy actually. I've said a few controversial things on there that got me. One of them got me banned for 24 hours, and a bunch of them have gotten me like people jumping all over me and asking me not to be so controversial or whatever. Like you can't criticize the cars at all or anything. So it's kind of weird. Like if you go to a Challenger forum, you get people complaining about the car, and then other people like telling them how to fix the problem or hey, I had that problem too. Here's what we did or whatever. Do this and on there. If you have a problem, everybody just gets mad at you for talking about it. It's weird kind of. So yeah, I get those air horn can of air horn thing, whatever you call it. Yeah, yeah, I remember that Subject Zero. A few the news story where they caught the Chrysler workers drinking and smoking weed on their lunch break. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that story. This guy says they have to wait till break, and that's not right. Yeah, that's not fair. They should be able to do it right there on the assembly line. That happens everywhere, though. Every factory, every business, every whatever has its good and bad employees and people that are probably under the influence of different things and not, and people who are working hard and those who aren't, and we all have those days where maybe we're not feeling real good or something's wrong and we may not be doing quite as good a job as we usually do. I occasionally have one of those days where it's just like I'm just going to get through this, and not that I would do a bad job, but I'm going to go through the motions, get the stuff that I have to get done, and be done with it because you just don't feel well or whatever. No, Chad. I know there's a bunch of UAW stuff going on with the big wigs on administrative leave. Is that the? I know there's some guys getting indicted and all kinds of crazy things going on. What did he? What did this guy do? Hey, we got 15 people. Cool. It's cold in this room. That's why I'm dressed like I'm in Alaska or something. This room is kind of like a room we don't really use. It's pretty much get used for this, and then there's musical instruments and stuff over there on the other side of the room. So it doesn't get. We don't keep this real warm in here. So I, in this when it's cold outside, just see me in here on my live streams all bundled up. Sky did some 0 to 60 pulls yesterday when it was cool. The engine was running great, but the tires were awful. Yeah, that's the thing. You get the cooler weather is good for the engine, but not so great on the traction. So Subject Zero saw a video earlier today from a guy who has been waiting to order a 2020 Charger, and apparently dealers have been unable to order 2020s or 2019s. Someone dropped the ball recently at Dodge. Huh, I wonder what's going on. Yeah, Steve, it's nice and warm in Florida. Yeah. I bet it is. Nice down there. Someday I'm going to get somewhere like that, Florida or Texas or somewhere where it doesn't get like. Actually, it's pretty nice out here right now. I have to say, I was outside to. I went to pull the car in the garage and close the garage door a little while ago before I started this, and I was surprised how nice it was out. Yeah, misuse of union funds. That's what those other people were. Yeah, that's right. I remember there's a bunch of that going on. There's always something going on. Unions are. Um, I'm not gonna. Well, we won't go there. I'm not anti-union necessarily either, but I haven't found any of the hidden hashtags for the red eye giveaway either. I've been trying. I was on there earlier trying to figure all that out, and I got kind of bored with it in a couple minutes and gave up. And I'll figure it out though. I got a bunch of other things I've been trying to take care of. So yeah, I was checking that out a couple hours ago. Yeah, we could do that. What do we do if we win? We all submit the answers. We all get entries. I got an interesting email from a viewer earlier. I'm trying to remember his name was Kyle. He's 22. He's blind and partially deaf, I guess. Has some disease. I forget what it was called, and it's kind of makes you go blind and deaf, and a couple other some other issues it can cause. But he is a viewer. He was explaining how he views it. But anyway, um, he's a GM guy, but he's getting into Mopars. He likes watching and listening to videos and things like that. And he got a ride in a police car 5.7 Charger recently. They was pretty impressed with it, but he wants to ride in like 392 or Hellcat or something. He's in I think he's in Illinois. So I told him I'll probably put that in some of my videos, and maybe there's somebody out there with a car like that nearby him somewhere that could take him for a ride one of these days. But I thought that would be pretty cool. I forget the town, so I can see the city. If I can find that email real quick. He is in. Oh, uh, Braidwood, Illinois, wherever that's. I got to look up exactly where that's at. Braidwood. But maybe somewhere, if I put that in some of my videos, maybe there's somebody out there that's close. They could go give this guy a ride in their car. He'd be eternally grateful. That'd be an awesome thing to do. that I see. I haven't watched any MotorTubes videos in a while. On spun the tires in his red eye at 100 miles an hour. Damn. Yeah, Becky, that's what I was hoping. I think maybe if I could get that out and I could talk to some other Mopar channel people, they could get that out. So there's got to be somebody out there that could shoot over to this guy's place and or wherever he's at and take him for a ride. He was pretty impressed with the police car. He really liked that, and he wants to do something a little faster. So I'm not sure if Braidwood is a suburb of Chicago or not. I'm not really sure. I have to look it up. I got dirty glasses. I'd rather just keep these off, but I can't really read the comments very well without them unless I go. Getting old, man. Might cure what ails him. Yeah, might help, you know. Yeah, subject zero would be terrified to drive a Hellcat or red eye on wet roads. Yeah, I'd be taking it real easy. Yeah, let the kid drive. Hey, Boise's here. What's up, Boise City? Well, you're in listening mode. You're driving. Cool. Well, be careful, man. Thanks for listening, and be very, very careful. Everybody say hi to Boise City Auto. Steve Fitzpatrick could take him for a ride in his vet. He probably like that. He's a GM guy too, so I probably love that. Motley, you got a heater issue in your TA. Air doesn't get warm until you turn it up to 80. Huh? Something's up there. Hmm. Sky was at a cars and coffee today. One of your followers came up and told you that he drives a truck and was watching your car show crash while he was driving. Oh, good God! I don't even want to hear that. Don't watch stuff while you're driving. Listening's one thing, but stay off the phone. Don't be watching videos. Don't be doing anything. When you're driving, you got to drive. It's okay to listen, but yeah, so much for texting. Braidwood, Illinois. Maybe I'll make a video just about that, and I'll figure out what part of Illinois that's in. I don't know if he's in a suburb or of Chicago, or if that's a totally different part of Illinois or what. I'll have to look it up. Maybe somebody out there will see it and be able to take him for a ride in some cool cars. Subject zero. No, I have not heard anything about the C8s offering a manual. I don't think they're going to, from all indications. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I love that car. It's beautiful, and I would love to have one, and even with the automatic, but doesn't look like there's going to be a manual. If you look at the car, I don't even know how they would put a manual in there. The way the interior of the car is and everything, everything's push button and dials. So it's kind of strange. That's the way of the future, though. That's where everything's going. There won't even be a shifter on things anymore for automatics, let alone. Lots of cars. I mean, there's not very many manuals. I just saw a stat the other day. They sold, I think this is the first year that 2019. I'll try to spit this out without mumbling anymore. 2019 was the first year they sold more electric cars than they did cars with manual transmissions. Yeah, the briefcase car was cool. That would be all right, wouldn't it? Just carry your car in a briefcase. A lot of the Tesla people are so excited about the full automatic driving where you could just get in. You won't have to do any driving. You just sit there. I don't, that's not, I hate that idea. Chad saw a driver of an 18 wheeler watching a movie on his tablet. God, resting on his steering wheel. Jesus. Todd Snake says we can check out his Scat Pack on YouTube. Is that the name of your channel, Todd Snake? Todd Snake? Everybody check out his Scat Pack Shaker on YouTube, guys. He was watching your video. I've seen people reading books on Interstate 80. A lady was reading a book when I don't remember if I was on the way to Omaha or on the way back. It was a few years ago. I looked over and she had like a novel. It wasn't like a map that she was just checking real quick or something. She was reading a book. Subject Zero says some guy got a DUI on the Bay Bridge in San Francisco Bay Area in a Tesla. He stopped in the middle of the Bay Bridge and was taking a nap. Oh, yeah, I've been on that bridge. You can't stop there and take a nap. Damn. Jeez, that's crazy. Wow. A lot of people just don't take driving seriously at all. Like it's like they do everything else but care about their driving. And the phone, eating a sandwich, drinking something, whatever, cleaning their car while they're driving down the road. I get some people that don't like it that I put a camera in the window and talk to it. I'm not touching it. I'm not grabbing it. I'm not adjusting it. I'm just talking as I drive, and I have to have a camera up on one side of me or the other. And I've gotten comments about that being unsafe. I don't feel like it is. I don't think it's much different than having someone sit next to you that you're talking to. Yeah, we had a lady drive through the local hardware. You have an Ace hardware store downtown here, and she drove right through the front window a couple weeks ago. One of the where they say that they were stepping on the brake, but the car kept going faster, and they went through the wall. They always say that they think they had their foot on the brake, but it was on the accelerator. I had the same thing happen at the store I used to work at. I was outside and I heard tires squealing. I ran around the corner to look what was going on, and a lady was up against the wall and she was doing a burnout front wheel drive car, and she had this panic look on her face, and she swore to God she had her foot stomped on the brake, but she had it stomped on the gas. Becky says you really don't like people to talk to you while you're driving. Of course, you might be driving a little fast at the time. Yeah, there's a time to talk and a time to concentrate, depending on what you're doing. Subject Zero says not maintaining cars is also very reckless. Yeah, they don't change oil. They're driving around on horrible tires that could be extremely dangerous, not just to you but to other people driving around you. Molly says his steering wheel will not accommodate a tablet. His Xbox is in the way. Geez. 1320 chick was doing a live chat from the drag strip. Wow. Every time I see someone do that, stomping on the accelerator instead of the gas thing, it's amazing. It's always lucky because it's a lot of times it's in front of businesses, and uh, I haven't seen any tragedies yet, luckily, but I've seen it happen a few times. And thank God there was nobody out front. Nobody was walking by. There was nobody just on the other side of the wall that they hit. You know, the only thing that got damaged was some product inside. Thankfully, there was no kids or anything like that around. You know, it could be a really bad situation. Todd Snake, search installing. Oh, so search this installing the satin black vinyl stripes on 2019 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. That's his car. Okay. So if you search that on YouTube, Scat Speed, what's going on? Welcome to the room. Thanks for showing up. 36 minutes in. You getting like the rally stripes over the top, Todd? How's it going, Scat Speed? How are you? Sky wants to get the black carbon fiber ones. I love the stripes. I always think they look really good, especially on the Challenger. They look real good. They look good on a lot of cars. There's something about the way the Challenger looks, though. It looks really good with those stripes over the top of the car. To me, you're getting the side stripes. Scat Speed is working a 12-hour shift today. Ouch. Well, you get a good check, you know. 12 hours though, that's a long time. I've known a few people who worked like 3 12s and then had 4 days off. That would be all right. I could go for something like that. Actually, the factory I used to work at, I worked 4 10s. But if you work the night shift, you could work 3 12s and then have 4 days off, and you got paid another couple dollars an hour too. I think it was. But you had to be willing to work the overnight shift. We might hear a dog bark here in a second. They're putting the dog out, and she's going to be right outside this window. So let's see if she barks, guys. I think last week she didn't bark. She's out. It feels weird not working for a few days here. It's been really strange. Todd Snake says, watch that video. It was made by the company that installed them and the window tint. Cool. Steve, she is a golden retriever. She's old. She's about 14 years old. Yeah, the shaker hood looked really good too. I really like the shaker. I should have got the shaker. And when this dog is gone, we are not getting any more dogs. They're too. She's awesome. We love her. She's an incredible dog, but they're just so much work and so much attention and hard to. A lot of time, you know. So, although we did see, there's been a couple things lately where I've seen like dogs that need to be adopted, and it's like maybe we should do that, but I don't think so. There's been that fleeting moment of well, maybe, but Tail Happy was working 60 hours a week. Now you're off Tuesday and Wednesday. Cool. I don't know. I don't know about a new dog. I don't think so. Yeah, I could show the dog more in the videos. She's been in a couple of them. She's in Well, the one today, she's in it a little bit. And then that was an actual video she was in a while back. That video that she was in got demonetized a couple years ago, whatever that was, because I put the title. I said the title said something about redhead, naughty redhead rides in the Challenger or something like that, and it was the dog. And I think because of the title, YouTube demonetized me for that video. I tried to write them a thing explaining why it shouldn't have been demonetized. It was a dog, but they ignored it, and it's still demonetized to this day. So, Scat, you got yourself a pug French bulldog mix. Cool. Crazy. Yeah, those little dogs they do have a lot of energy. Carbon fiber on the 2020s looks sick. Yeah, I like the carbon fiber stripes. This laptop feels like it's super warm. That's not good. Hopefully we don't shut down here. I can feel the heat coming off this thing. Sorry for all the movement here, but I had to. Ooh. It's not good. You're gonna do it on your gauge bezels too, Scott Speed says. Yeah, Chad, maybe I should have I should have named it something like that. Steve says last Monday was rough. Well, I don't think we got any barking, dang it. I think she's back in now. There's no barking. Usually it depends on if the neighbor's dogs are out or not. If they're going to bark, then they all start barking. Yeah, I've had a couple videos demonetized. That one, and then the one where I had soap dripping off the car, and I decided to put a girl's moaning in the background, and they didn't like that one either. So, even when I took that audio out and changed it to just plain music, they still wouldn't monetize it again. So. Sky's got to get out of here. See you later, Sky. Thanks for coming again. Appreciate you. All right, Sky. Take care, man. Skatsby, that's how everybody's Halloween was. Mine was pretty boring. We stayed home and just handed out candy to the kids. We had a lot of kids, though, for once. We had good weather, so we had a lot more kids than normal. Take care, Sky. And unfortunately, we had some candy left over, which I made a dent in today, which I should have stayed away from. But it was sitting there on the table all day, and about every time I'd walk by, I'd end up grabbing a piece of candy. So I was bad today. Get back on it tomorrow, though. Hey, Chad. Chad's going to get out of here. Thanks for coming in, Chad. Appreciate it. It's always good to have you here. You're always entertaining and funny. Sean is here. What's up, Sean? Sean's nervous about the merger. I think it'll be okay. Scat Speed looks like Scat's leaving too. Take care, man. Or are you just saying bye to the two guys that are leaving? Anyway, everybody who's leaving, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. So, Sean, why are you nervous? Do you think it's going to affect our cars? And I don't think it will. I think we'll be okay. I think it could help, actually. Boise City is now parked in a parking lot. And what did he miss? Oh, the same old stuff. We're talking about dogs and stuff. So, just nothing too exciting, man. He didn't miss anything too good. Yeah, the Chargers are going to have to get updated sooner or later. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Joey bought a puppy. No, no, no. Yeah, I'm a drug dealing hooker. I forgot about that part. It's a gigolo. Long. It was long. It seemed like the longest day in history. I didn't get to go out on my route delivery, which made for a really long morning. And then, yeah, it sucked. I got through it. Yeah, I went in. They're like, "Hey, you don't got to go on route today. It's already being done by somebody else because they had to go do some other stuff. So they just decided to do your route too." And I was like, "Oh, it was my favorite part of the job there." Boise City said, "So Joey, you have a golden retriever?" Yeah, used to have one of the sweetest dogs ever. She's been gone for 6 years now. Yeah, ours is getting old. She's about 14, I think. So she's getting up there. So it won't be a real long time. I've had a few dogs. I had a German short-haired pointer that died a couple of years ago. He got sick, and we had to have him put down. He just couldn't get well for some reason. He was getting up there too. He was about 12 or 13. Yeah, it'll be a rough day when she goes. That's for sure. It won't be a happy time. But she's had a pretty good life, and actually, Kim had her before I even knew Kim, so she's had her for a while. And she got her from somebody a few years ago that couldn't keep her anymore. So, hey, Sean, thank you, man. I appreciate the $2 there. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Have you talked about you? I don't really have it. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the other stuff I'm doing now for a while, so we'll see. But I'll let you know soon when there's something interesting to tell. I got other stuff going on though, so it'll be okay. Boise City says she lost her dog when she was 13 and she died of seizures. Oh man, yeah, that's a bad way to go, man. Sorry to hear that. It's dogs are so awesome and they're so cool to have around and everything. Really, all pets. But that's the downside. Eventually, they go. Boise City. Hey, thanks a lot, Sean. Man, thank you very much for that. You guys don't forget to check out ET Racing. I know I remind you of that a lot, but don't forget that's Sean and a few different things. Anything I can find to make money on. Boise may have a second job, so you're looking for a job closer to home. That's always nice to have a job close to home. It's rough. Kim's new job, as of last week, is in Hastings, Nebraska, which is 60 miles. So she's got about a 60-mile drive to work and a 60-mile drive home. It's a really, really good job. It's a it's a great opportunity and a really good job, but it is 2 hours on the road every day. on your own, not getting paid for those 2 hours and all that stuff. A lot of your time. On the other hand, you get some time to think and things like that too. So anyway, so far she likes it. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We haven't had any bad weather yet. That could be a factor. Any of you have been out here in Nebraska or the Midwest or North or somewhere where there's really bad weather, you know that there's a certain days where driving 60 miles to work would be a very tough thing to have to do. Boise's getting back on the road. He's going to go into listening mode again. All right, man, Boise, thanks for being here. We'll be here. We'll be here talking. Hey, Sean, thanks for being here. Thanks for the $2, man. And yeah, I'll let you guys know how that's all going, and I'll let you know what's up. And you have a good night too, Sean. Got a nice crowd as usual. Pretty good, you guys. A couple of new people that I haven't seen before. Always like that. And of course, we love having the regulars here as always. That's always cool. Look forward to this. We always talk about this every week, how it's something to kind of look forward to. Get kind of excited about it. When I miss it once in a while, it sort of sucks. I tell you, I'm getting to where if I don't make a video for a couple of days, I start to feel like something's wrong. I need to get it. I need to get a video out there. Been trying to pick it up a little bit. I made 3 the other day, put them all out over like a 24-hour period, and then 1 today. Hopefully, get a couple more out here real quick. I like every time I get one out, I feel like a sense of like, okay, I got that done. That's cool. I like that. I want to get that. I want more stuff on there. And then a couple days pass, and I get like, oh man, I got to get some videos out. The scary thing is, the closer we get to winter, well, we do have a new car coming, so that should help. But the more we get into winter, the harder it gets to do video stuff too, because if we get long periods of bad weather and snow, there's only so much you guys want to hear about the bad weather and snow. I got to do something else. I brought in all my stuff from the garage yesterday, like the pressure washer, got it all winterized and drained and whatever, and got it dragged down to the basement so it doesn't freeze up. And then all of my cleaning stuff is down in the basement. So if we get any nice days, I'll have to haul some of it back up to use it. But I don't want that stuff sitting out there all winter. I have a few cans of the McGuire's aerosol spray tire dressing, which I really like. And whenever those things sit out in the cold, they stop spraying correctly after a while. So got those all put away and a few other things down there. I didn't realize how much trash I had, though. A lot of my cleaning stuff, my pile of cleaning stuff, a lot of it I just threw away because there was like these tiny little amounts in the bottom of everything. So got that cleaned up, got some of the leaves out of the garage. You guys have seen my driveway and that the garage door in the driveway. It's kind of like a tunnel. And when the wind starts swirling around, if we leave that thing open, especially in the fall, if you leave it open even for a little while, and we do sometimes, the entire garage just gets filled with leaves. It sucks. It like sucks them in. It's like a giant vacuum or something. So I literally had to take a snow shovel out there yesterday to push all the leaves out. It's not fun, and it looks like crap. And you guys probably see it in some of the videos. I'll be showing you guys the car in the garage, and if you look down, the floor is just all leaves. It's terrible. I don't have a garage door opener, so like if I take the car, I usually just back out and then leave the garage door open, which is not the greatest idea because I got a lot of other stuff in the garage, but tools and other stuff. But if somebody wants a chance going in there, they might leave on a stretcher if I catch them. Can you guys hear the train whistle in the background? Is that showing up on the microphone? It feels really late because of the time change. I keep thinking it's super late and it's only 8:41. Hey, Tail Happy. Take care, man. Have a good night. Thanks for coming in. See you next weekend for sure. Maybe before that, hopefully. Uh-oh, Becky's internet's going out. That's no good. We had internet issues at work the other day. The internet was out all day, so we couldn't use credit cards. And then, of course, we're an auto parts store, so looking up parts and stuff with no internet was not fun. There's a way to do it on the internal computer system, but it's something that's used so rarely. We had to relearn. I had never done it before, and the other guys had to kind of relearn it and show me real quick how to look stuff up in store and as opposed to online. We got through it. It came back like about 4:30 that afternoon. We finally got it back. Todd, you installed the Mopar factory splash guards. I have those too. On your 2019 Scat Pack last weekend, they keep the lower sides of the car clean and hopefully avoid rock chips in the paint. Yeah, I have those same ones. I have the Mopar factory ones. Yeah, they look good. They fit perfect. They look good. And they do a pretty good job. You still get a little stuff, but it's nothing like it was before I put them on. They do it. They do a pretty nice job. I woke up super early this morning. I woke up and I could not get back to sleep. I woke up at like 5 o'clock and could not get back to sleep. I think I laid there for 45 minutes. Finally, I gave up and grabbed my laptop and my phone and stuff and got up, made coffee, and watched a bunch of videos and stuff for a couple hours till Kim got up. Dodge Boy's here. What's up, Dodge Boy? How's it going? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here, man. Hey, Dodge, how are you feeling about the merger, the FCA Peugeot merger? What do you think about that? Yeah, Todd, I thought they looked good. They fit perfect, and they're obviously made just for the car and all that. So yeah, they're cool. Like them so far. I've had them. Oh, they've been on there almost 2 years now. So it's just a really weird sound outside. I don't know what that was. Hmm. Dodge says he's not really feeling it. Have to see more info to come. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens too. It's the very beginning. We don't know, but I think it'll be probably a good thing for both companies because they both have stuff that the other company needs. So hopefully it'll work out. Makes them the fourth, yeah, the fourth largest automaker now. So in the world, have to admit I don't know a lot about any of those companies. The Peugeot and the Opel and all the other Vauxhall and all that. I mean, I know the names and stuff, and from watching some of the British auto stuff once in a while, I know a little bit, but most of it I couldn't tell you one from another. I guess I'll start paying more attention though. Kind of like when I had to learn a little bit about some of the Fiats. Oh, you're up at 3:30 in the morning, Motley. Jeez, ugh. Well, I don't feel so bad now. Oh, I'm getting tired thinking about it. Hope I sleep a little better tonight than I did last night. I slept great the night before last, so hopefully tonight I'll catch back up on my sleep a little bit. I dozed off for a little while earlier after dinner, or no, before dinner, about 45 minutes or so. I think I was out. That probably helped a little. Yeah, I don't know, Dodge. I saw some of that, but I don't really know. I wonder. I wonder. What are they up to now? I wonder how far along they are on the next Challenger, Chargers, and all that stuff. They don't seem to be real forthcoming on things, and then one day it just, hey, guess what? Here it is, which is kind of cool. Boise City, what is it with Dodge merging with crappy companies? Those companies will probably have fans going, why is Peugeot merging with that crappy Dodge company? They're going to have to do some, they're going to have to electrify their vehicles. That's just, there's no avoiding that. So they kind of need that end of it for some of these other companies that are a little farther along in that area. And I'm sure those companies would like to get their foot in the door as far as selling cars here. So that's one good way for them to do it. I think it starts on the 5th, Dodge Boy. Um, I went to their website thing today, looked at it. You got to look up some hashtag. There's like secret hashtags on Instagram and stuff, and Twitter or whatever. And then you have to answer some questions about horsepower or something. I'm not sure. I'm a little unclear as to how it all works, but I believe it's supposed to start on the 5th. Yeah. And if you get the questions right or whatever, you get an entry. And then it's a random drawing. So 2 more days. That would be a pretty damn cool thing to win. I'll tell you that much. I'd like that. I would have no complaints. Where the hell I would put it, I don't know. But that's a problem I'd like to have. I guess it would go in the garage and the scat pack would have to be parked outside. I saw that Street Speed's giving away yet another car. Is it? I didn't see what it was though. Does anybody know? Is it his new that new Jeep he bought? I know I saw something where he said he was the next car giveaway was already in it started or whatever the contest was started, but I didn't see what it was, what he was giving away. Yeah, I want the Ram truck too. I want everything. Yeah, I think there's going to be one question a week for 5 weeks, and if you get any of the questions right, that's an entry, I guess. So yeah, I think it's going to be what they say, like middle of December before they draw the names or whatever. So yeah, there'll be one question or whatever it is. One thing you got to do every week for 5 weeks. But I think you've only got to get one of them right to actually have an entry. Yeah, Hellcat truck would be pretty cool. That would be pretty awesome. I just like to have a regular Ram for that matter. They're selling the hell out of those out of the Ram trucks right now and the Jeeps. So that's good. Good for FCA. We got some good stuff going on in the truck and Jeep area, and the Challengers and Chargers are doing okay. Are we going to see Peugeots at our Dodge dealerships, or Opals, or Vauxhall, DS? I didn't even know what DS is. I looked it up, and they're like luxury cars, I guess. I forget what other company. There's a couple other companies under that too. Oh, Citron, or however you say that. I think pretty soon you're going to see a bunch of, we already are, not pretty soon, but even more. We'll start seeing all these car companies emerging. There's even talk of Ford and GM becoming one eventually. So that would be interesting to see. That would be, if somebody would have told you that 20 or 30 years ago, it would have seemed crazy. But times they change, that's for sure. It used to be American cars and Japanese. Now it's just all. Todd Snake, you picked up the plates from the dealership yesterday. Don't put the front plate on there. Just don't do it. I have to pay $100 a year for no front plate, and we're going to pay $100 a year for the Tesla as well for no front plate. Scotty Kilmer referred to Fiat, Chrysler, and Peugeot as the Three Stooges. I saw someone say, what was it? It said American quality, French work ethic, and Italian reliability. The triple, I don't know, the triple crown of quality or something like that. It was a pretty funny comment. I don't even like on our Saturn having, and I hate. I mean, the Saturn is just our beater car. It's what we drive in the snow and it back and forth to work and things like that. It's literally a beater car, and it has the front plate on it. But every time I look at that front plate on the thing, it makes me sick. It's like, ugh. It doesn't bother me so much on the Prius for some reason. I don't know why, but the front plate fell off of the Saturn for a while, and I took my time getting around to putting it back on. We'll say that. Yeah, but on a Challenger or something like that, man, the front plate or a Camaro or a Mustang or Vet or any of those cars or even the Tesla I'm getting just ruins the whole front of the car. Yeah, they're gonna be FPC. I don't know what they're gonna be. Have they announced what they're gonna call this thing? Is it gonna be FPC? I don't know. It's gonna be like the LGBTQ thing with all the different letters. FCA, PSA, OV. I don't know. I wonder what they'll call it. I haven't seen what they're going to call it. Someone else has. Yeah, maybe a personalized plate. You have the stow and go plate or stow and show plate. So I've seen those. They're pretty cool. I don't even know if the police around here know that you can do that $100 no front plate thing because I'm the only person around here that does it. I don't get pulled over. I don't get checked or anything. Um, and I when I first got the car, I brought it up to one of the cops here in town, and he had never heard of such a thing. So I'm not even sure if I just didn't pay the $100 and drove around without it, if I'd get pulled over anyway. But rather than get a ticket or get harassed or get any more attention to the car, I mean, it's only $100, which does suck, and now it's going to be 200 because we're going to have two cars under it. But anyway, we're going to do it. Todd Snake's thinking about getting by 401k on the plates. That's a good one. Yeah, that's the thing. If I go out of town or get out on the highway, a state trooper, they might. Well, plus I'm 2 miles from Kansas, and Kansas doesn't require front plates. So if I'm down there, which I am a lot, um, they wouldn't. They don't notice no front plate because they're used to seeing no front plate because Kansas doesn't have front plates. So, but yeah, here in Nebraska, I suppose if a state trooper saw me and they may know more, they probably are more familiar with the law where you can pay to not have it. They probably look for that little sticker or something in the window. If they see that, they leave you alone. They probably most of them probably leave you alone anyway, unless they wanted a reason to pull you over. In Florida, we had to swap the plates every few. Yeah, we do that here too. They came out with new ones a couple of years ago. We had to swap them, and the new ones are really ugly here too in Nebraska. They're really plain looking, and they got this silhouette of the sower, which is a guy with a bag of seeds throwing, seeds into a field. And it's a stupid looking thing. I don't like it. It looks dumb, and it looks like it looks kind of obscene from a distance. It looks like a guy who's extremely well endowed, and he's touching himself. That's my first thought when I saw it. But he's got this bag of like seeds, and he's like reaching into it or something. It's a weird. I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah, it's this called the sower, sowing the seeds, and then the first design looked exactly like some university's mascot or something, and so everybody freaked out. Why are we using that? And then they changed it a little bit, but it still looks stupid. The one before this had like it had like the state bird on it and some leaves or something. It was okay looking. It was kind of cool looking. It didn't bother me. And the one before that had like a sunset thing, which was I thought was pretty cool. This one's just really plain, and it's got this real light silhouette of this guy. And if you look from a distance, I swear it looks obscene, which I think is kind of funny. But Becky does not have to have a front plate there. You're lucky, lucky. You don't have to pay or anything. If I moved 2 miles south, I wouldn't have to because Kansas doesn't require it. If you look at the front of the Tesla Model 3 and then imagine putting a plate on there, it totally ruins the whole front of the car. It's all aerodynamic and kind of funny looking in a way, but then you put this big rectangular thing in the middle of it. There's no way we're doing that. I always said even if they didn't have the law, I would just risk it, and I don't know, maybe if I got enough tickets I might change my mind. But luckily I looked on just was I think I was searching for how much it would cost for a ticket if I got pulled over, and that's how I discovered the Nebraska law that says you can pay $100 to not have it. So I stumbled across it. I was like, oh hell yeah. And then, like I said in that video a while back, this last year when we renewed it, we went up to pay the $100. The girl didn't charge us enough. She was new and she was confused, and she didn't charge us enough for the sticker. And then she gave me the sticker, and I put it on. And I don't know. I kept waiting to get something in the mail saying we didn't pay enough or whatever, but I haven't heard anything. That was in September, so I guess we're okay. Maybe next year when we go to renew it, they'll say, oh, by the way, last year we screwed up and you owe us more money. We'll find out. Well, people thought I had a dirty mind when I said, when the plates first came out and I said it looked obscene and I told them what I thought it looked like. Everybody said I just have a dirty mind, which is true. Customs are getting Frenchified. God help us. Everything's going to get something fied pretty soon. So everybody's joining up with everybody else. I have a Dodge that's supposed to be American, but it's built in Canada, and the whole thing's owned by an Italian company. So who knows? Whatever. It's hard to keep up with what's going on anymore. All these, I mean, like 6 months ago or less, um, Dodges and Chrysler were about to, and FCA were about to merge with Renault. So and that fell apart the last second, and now they've merged with the Renault's biggest rival. So what the hell? It's hard to keep up. It's been that way a while though. Ford had owned parts of several different companies, and Jaguar and Mazda and all that other whatever else they owned. I can't even remember now. And then of course Mercedes, Daimler owned Chrysler for a while, and Chrysler owned part of Lamborghini for a while, and it's just crazy. It's hard to keep up with who owns what, who's connected with who. Boise, you think Idaho has some of the best looking places? I'm trying to remember the Idaho plate. Does it have the shape of the state on it or something? I'm trying to remember what it looks like. Idaho is a two-plate state, and they enforce it. I always liked our Colorado plates when I lived there. It's just got the mountain ranges across the top. It used to be green with white mountains. Now it's white with green mountains. But I always thought that looked pretty good. There's a few. There's some good looking plates out there, and Colorado has like I don't know how many. There's like a few hundred different plates you can get if you want to pay extra. They've got a huge selection of license plates. Nebraska has a few, but there's nothing that I really. There's like Nebraska University ones, and there's um, I can't even remember. There's a few. Nothing that excites me that I have to pay extra. I'll just take the plain one. Is it Texas that has like a black one with white lettering and a little star in the middle? That one's pretty cool. I don't know if that's their regular tag or if that's a special one or what, but I like that tag. Boise City is gonna leave. Hey man, have a good week, Boise. Thanks for being here. Always appreciate you being here. Take care. I think that's probably my favorite license plate that I've seen lately is that black and white, black with the white letter. It looks pretty good. Looks real good. Just kind of simple but cool at the same time. Later on, Boise. What time we got? We got about 10 minutes to go, guys. Everybody's going to start winding up, aren't they? White with black numbers. And maybe we've got black and white numbers too. Trying to think of some other plates out there that look cool. Yeah, some of the states do tons of custom plates. Colorado, I think, might have the most. I think I read that somewhere. Yeah, there's several states that do a bunch. I think Nebraska only has a few options. And like I said, none of which excited me enough to want to pay anymore. I'm trying to think what the Kansas ones look like. I see them all the time because I live right next to Kansas. They're nothing that jump out as exciting. I know that. Seems like a lot of states the last few years have gone to a more plain, simple looking license plate. For a while there, they were getting a little bit more artistic and stuff, and now they seem to go been going the other way on their main regular plates. About 9 minutes. I don't understand why we have to renew our plates every year. What is the point of that other than collecting? I mean, it's just for collecting our money, but it makes no sense. Once you have your car registered, it's in the system. That car belongs to that plate, to that person, to that whatever. Why is it necessary to go in every year and pay them more money other than to give them money? It doesn't make any sense. There's nothing that needs to be updated or there's no extra work for them involved. There's nothing that you need to pay for other than them just to steal your money. But I'll stay off of those kind of subjects because I always get on these rants about stuff like that. And everybody just accepts it. So it's like, oh, that's just the way it is. Well, it always will be because we just sit around and go, well, that's just the way it is. I don't know if they still do. Hey, what's up, Calgary Rambler? What's going on? Good to see you. I know before I left Colorado, and I don't know if this is still the case there, they had gone on your driver's license renewal to once every 10 years, which was nice. I don't know if that's still the case there or not. If somebody knows that, you can correct me. But before I left, they had gone to 10-year driver's licenses. And I think the main reason for that was because they were cutting back on state funds and stuff for the driver's license offices, and in order to keep less of a crowd there and have not as much business and not as many employees needed, and the lines not to be so huge. If you only got to go once every 10 years, it makes a big impact on how many people are at the place when you show up to get it done. Made that quicker too. So you got snow going on up there. We had a little bit here last couple of weeks, so a little early on the snow for us, but yeah, I'm in a room in our house that we don't really keep heated. This is a kind of a spare bedroom that I use for this, and there's some musical instruments and stuff over there, some guitars and amplifiers and things. That's the only reason anybody ever comes in here. So we keep this room kind of not climate controlled very much. So when you see me in here in the winter on my live streams, I'll always be wearing like a hoodie or a sweater or a sweatshirt, and I usually a hat. Although the laptop's awful hot for some reason, I noticed earlier. It's getting warm. That's not a good thing. We have actually, it's not bad out there right now tonight. Like I was telling them earlier, I went out to move the car into the garage a little while ago before I started the stream, and I was shocked how nice it was outside. There's no wind for once. I think that was the main thing. It's so damn windy here all the time. And there was no wind when I went out there, so it felt really nice. We went for a walk yesterday, just before sunset, and man, was it cold! I had two long sleeve shirts and this hoodie on, and a hat, jeans, and shoes, and I was still freezing the whole time. So that really sucked. I like going for walks and stuff, and especially like after supper or whatever, go for a couple mile walk to kind of wind down and digest your food and all that good stuff, burn off a few calories. But man, last night was uncomfortable. Actually, we got about a block and a half away, and I was seriously considering just turning around. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I'm not. It's too damn cold. It got a little better after I got the blood pumping a little bit, picked up the pace of the walking, and it felt a little bit better, but it was breezy and chilly. It just didn't feel good. It wasn't a very enjoyable walk. Let's just say I was real glad to get back in the house when we got back. We had to put the electric blanket on the bed today because it's been getting cold at night. So it was a big electric blanket. Each side has a temperature control. So see if I turn mine on tonight or not. I don't know. Calgary, you turned on your furnace last week. Yeah, I was hoping to get through like September and October without having to use any furnace or AC, but that didn't happen. We had a few weeks I think without any ACs. So sometimes if the weather's just right, you can get lucky and get a couple of good months, maybe even more, without using either one, which is good for the old pocketbook, of course. Oh, you're in Phoenix right now. Okay, so that's nice. 70 degrees is just about perfect. A little warmer would be nice, but yeah, I wouldn't complain one bit about that. 70 degrees is nice. Someday, like I keep saying, I'm going to get out, live somewhere. Maybe not Phoenix because it gets too hot, but somewhere where it stays. It doesn't get butt freezing cold and it doesn't get blazing hot. That's the goal. I can't believe it's November already. It's crazy. That time is just flying by. The holidays go by so quick. It's like, damn, we just got through this and it's already time for the next one. And all this stuff's just happening so fast. It's crazy. The older you get, the worse it gets too, guys. So when you get older, it's amazing how fast time goes. I'm always saying the other day or a couple weeks ago, and then when I start thinking about it, like that wasn't the other day. That was like 2 months ago, or and if I say it was a couple weeks ago, it was probably like 4 months ago. I try to stop doing that. I try to think before I put a timeline on things. Now it's like, okay, before I say this, when was that? It seemed like a couple days, and it wasn't. Well, I think we're gonna roll out of here in a couple of minutes. I've noticed the challenge of running a little better and the weather cooled off. Yeah, it always seems good for the car. Bad for traction, but good for the has its trade off, I guess. I haven't had the Challenger out a lot. A couple of times to make videos, and uh, I think. Sorry, I'm yawning again. So, Friday, I think I took it out and made a video, and then I also just cruised around for a little bit, just to kind of relax and for something to do because I was kind of bored. I was off work for the first time on a Friday in ages. Didn't know what to do with myself. Just kind of drove around for a while, going, what do people do when they're not working during the day? Hey, good night, Todd. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Come back next week, or maybe I may be here during the week too. We'll see. Seeing as how my schedule's going to be all weird, I may be doing some daytime streams or some nighttime during the week streams, or who knows. I may sometimes, if I am not doing anything, I just get like, hey, I think I'll go on there and do a live stream real quick. So, you could see me whenever, but yeah, come back on Sunday nights for sure. We will try to keep the Sunday nights going no matter what, if I possibly can. But we'll see because things are changing for sure. I'm going to roll out of here too, guys. I appreciate you all being here, man. Everybody, once again, you guys kept the thing going and you did all my work for me. I always appreciate that. I'll see you guys soon. Get some, yeah, Henry's run better with some hot problem getting heat soaked. Well, that's true. Yeah, they do get hot. They get heat soaked. But then you have the trade off of the cooler weather. If it's colder, and at least you got usually can't get very good traction. But whatever, it's all fun. I'm gonna head out, guys. See y'all. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Dodge Boy and Todd and Subject Zero. I think Becky's still out there. Calgary Rambler. Everybody else who is here, who I forgot. I know we just had a few people just leave. I'll take care, everybody, and I will get some videos out, and I will try to do some more live streams. I think I'll really work on that this week for sure. Take care, guys. I appreciate you being here. Everybody have a good week, and I'll see you next time.